Hello, beautiful people. It's Cinderella. Welcome to the channel. Today we're back again with another video, and this is about Terrence Howard and Bill Maher. Terrence Howard has been sharing quite interesting things, but this was on Bill Maher's show, podcast, whatever. And Terrence Howard actually shared something quite interesting, which we're gonna check together. I mean, by now, lots of you all must have heard it, seen it, but we're gonna check it together and all of your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive right in.
Yeah.
And you look like you could be his kid.
The biggest mistake I made in my career was Smokey Robinson brought me out to come have dinner with him, and he wanted me to play his life. And I just had conversations with Lee Daniels about playing Marvin Gaye, and I was like being faithful to Lee Daniels because I had given my word as a man, I'm going to do this with you. So when Smokey, I had to tell them at the table, and it broke his heart. That was the biggest mistake, and Billy D would have been one of the other people that would have. Man,
So you did which movie?
I didn't. Lee Daniels never did Marvin Gaye.
That's a shame because that is a much more
Smokey would
interesting
have been
stuff.
perfect
Well, Smokey's interesting, but
because
he's
he
not.
went through shit.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
No, he's not.
And Marvin Gaye is. And I'm sorry, but drama's drama. And there's a lot more drama in getting killed by your dad.
Yeah, but the problem with
That's a story. I'm sorry to be the studio head who says that, but no, that's much more interesting. And Marvin Gaye was like, you would have been perfect as Marvin Gaye, and that is a
But let me even just say this. Yeah, drama is drama, but sometimes some of these actors and actresses, sometimes they may not want to get involved or act in scenes or act in as an actor or actress in some scenes or some movies that they're not comfortable with. And I think people just have to respect them because, yeah, while it is entertaining, some people don't see it that way because they are the ones in the role or acting that character. And lots of people forget most of the time that it's a movie and be like, this is who this person is.
story that
well,
needs to
I
be
will let
told.
you know what happened with that. I was over at Quincy Jones' house. I'm not dropping names. I'm just giving credibility to about what I'm
Never
saying.
drop names. De Niro
Yeah.
told me that.
Yeah, so but I'm asking Quincy, I'm hearing rumors that Marvin was gay, and Marvin was gay. And I'm like, was he gay? And Quincy's like, yes.
Oh,
He went around it with everything, and I was like, no, and I'm like, I could not.
I just feel like there's gay for real, and then there's a point where guys get so much pussy, they're just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, well, it would have been that, but they would have wanted to do that, and I wouldn't have been able to do that. It
Well,
wouldn't.
you mean you couldn't kiss a guy on screen in a
No,
movie?
no.
Not even, yeah.
No, because I don't fake it. I
Right.
literally, it has to.
I couldn't kiss a man either. That's
It-
true. And that does
that
not,
would fuck me.
does not
I
make
would cut
me-
my lips off.
yeah, no.
I
Well,
would.
Oh, okay. But really, this is exactly because lots of actors, some of them sometimes they may be act in roles or character that they are uncomfortable with, some may not. It also depends on you and your morals because in Hollywood don't care about your morals, don't respect morals and whatever. It's just you as an individual, as an actor, you stay on your ground and say, no, this is my morals, this is where I'm coming from, and we're gonna respect it. But Hollywood, they don't, because they don't see morals as anything. In fact, it's almost rare for um a celebrity to have morals when they are in the entertainment and whatever. But if he's not into this type of lifestyle, this type of activity and whatever, and he's been asked or told to do so, and he doesn't want to do it, you have to respect it because it's not even easy in this day and age where Hollywood push one agenda or the other, and you are not part of it because they are going to promise you or tell you that is going to elevate your career or whatever. But if you see somebody who's got morals and respect their morals and say no, they're not going to give in, respect them because it's not easy in Hollywood with the glamour and everything that they present to people's faces is not easy, because yeah, you have to keep your morals and sleep with your conscience, and to sleep with someone else's conscience and be like, what did I just do? Just because of fame. But
If I
Okay,
if
well,
I if I kiss some man, I would cut my lips
well,
off.
I would not do that, but it does not make me homophobic to not want to kiss a man. Just like lots of gay men are like pussy, yuck. I mean, that's okay.
No,
We all have our own. No one
that's
wants to
fine.
tell you
Do
how
what
to.
you love to do, but don't do it at
Exactly.
me. Don't aim it at me. And I can't play that character
Right. No,
100%.
right,
I can't surrender myself
right.
to a place that I don't understand.
Yeah.
And so that's the end part of that story of what I had
Well,
to let go.
I can understand it. I'm just not of it. I mean, I could certainly understand men attracted to men. I mean, homosexuality is in nature. Animals. There are many animals.
Yeah, the bonobos, the
What?
bonobo monkeys.
emphasis on what he said, that he just can't fake it, because he's gonna be the character and people are gonna see him embody the character. So if he's not gonna be real or as real as they expect, because he's not into that type of lifestyle, then it's morals. And much respect to Terrence, because this is bringing back to, and when he said lead and else, he's bringing back to Empire. Empire. Lots of people saw Empire entertaining. Yeah, it was quite entertaining, but it has so many stories to tell. The things that goes on in Hollywood, the entertainment industry, and how they let you forget your morals and tell you, okay, it is business first. It is the career. It is the pocket and whatever. They let you believe that.
They practice it.
Well, practice it. I
They
mean,
do. All of them.
well,
Their whole the whole colony, everything. The bonobos, the entire
well,
interaction is sexual.
it can't be all of it if they still make
No,
it,
but
but
they
they're
still
still
do
making.
that. But it's seen. It's seen in there. It's seen in those places. But for me, with my constitution of what matters as a man, for me,
Yeah.
that's the part that I
Maybe
can't
the
go to.
bonobos are gay.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it with all the man on man action that I'm learning about? I mean, like with the puffy parties. Like the last thing I ever thought that went on there was gay stuff. Not that gay stuff
Yeah,
was
I didn't.
wrong; it's wonderful. I just did not think that's what was Puffy was doing.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it either. And even when my assistant said that stuff, I still was like joking it off. And it wasn't until later on that I heard other things from people that worked from him. You remember that back in the times of slavery, they had a thing called breaking the buck, where they would take not to go in a bad place, but this is
Yeah,
how I see
yeah.
what's happening. The parallels with what's happening with correlates what's happening in the business. If they back in the times of slavery, if they had like some 12-year-old slave that was just full of himself and confident and wasn't listening, they would tie him to a log or a barrel, and a bunch of the overseers would rape him to where when he walked around with the slaves now, he didn't have the confidence.
Sure.
His whole he was broken. And it was called breaking the buck.
Wow.
And that's still taking place. And so to hear that people in the industry are still making young rappers who have fought the worst of circumstances, being disenfranchised, being discounted, and then they finally like, I'm gonna put it into the music. I'm gonna do it in the music. I'm gonna get myself together, and they go and see someone and they tell them, okay, yeah, you can have a deal. You know, perform fellatio on me, and you get your deal. That was what I heard while I was on Empire about some of the people in the business and people.
Sir, stop there. Emphasis on Empire. See, listen. When what I remember when Empire was trending or whatever, I saw that series, but I did not see it in the light like the entertainment part. I saw the entertainment side of it. I also saw the business side of it. I also saw the revelation part of it, or Hollywood revealing, slowly revealing or telling you what goes on behind the scenes. And I bet you, as at that time, lots of people weren't much into like Hollywood being exposed and whatever. They were like, oh, this is just entertaining and whatever. Some people were or weren't. But obviously, when they started pushing that agenda or that side with the agege or the gable stuff, then I realized that, okay, something about this is fishy. But then there came Star, and then we started seeing Agege or Gebu, and we started seeing trance, all that jazz, and then we realized that okay, take a back seat and yeah, because Empire and Star practically showed you or reveals how they are gonna pawn people and set people up, or how they like put you in a position or in a pretty much uncomfortable situation, because one, your career is at stake if you do it. If you don't do it, your career is at stake. So which would you take? Do you want to elevate your career, or you don't want to, or do you want to make your name in the industry, in the entertainment and whatnot? That is the more reason why it's almost rare or impossible to see people in the entertainment industry or in Hollywood still have their morals intact. It is not easy because, to be frank, Hollywood don't care about your morals. They don't. That's why you see once a celebrity or a regular person who was doing normal, living their normal regular life, gets into the industry and they turn into something completely unrecognizable. And don't deny that you don't know the truth. You've seen lots of your favorite celebrities, how they look, their before and after. They don't look like people you could recognize. But yeah, Empire is an eye opener. And I just wish lots of people would remove their grievances and still watch it and be like, okay, there are some parts, some lessons that needs to be learned from it, obviously.
Petey Pablo. You remember Petey
I
Pablo?
know who that is.
Petey Pablo performed fellatio on me, and you get your deal. That was what I heard while I was on Empire about some of the people in the business. And Petey Pablo, you remember Petey
I
Pablo?
know who that is.
Petey Pablo, talented writer, singer. Him and Young Buck wrote a song called Ho Is On. And in that song, back in about 2011 or 29 or something, because he called out all of the homosexuality taking place at those parties and those people, he was kicked out of the music business. No radio station would play his stuff. So you look for Petey Pablo, he's not around anymore. But that song, Ho It's On, they did
No,
not
I
care and
mean,
they went all in on it.
look, this is a country of snitches and bitches. And when they want, my friend said to me, rappers, they're all so tough until you hear their real name.
Yeah, well, until you see him at a puffy party,
Oh,
then
Oh,
they're not tough no more. I'm surprised that the rap game is still alive after, because the masculinity that the rappers are supposed to portray. It wouldn't.
well, you mean you couldn't kiss a guy on screen in a
No,
movie?
no,
Not even, yeah,
no, because I don't fake it. I
right.
literally, it has to.
I couldn't kiss a man either. That's true, and that does
That
not
would fuck me.
does not
I
make
would cut
me.
my lips off.
Yeah, no,
I
well,
would.
okay, well,
If I kiss some man, I would cut my lips
well,
off.
I would not do that, but it does not make me homophobic to not want to kiss a man.
obviously, they push a certain agenda, and yeah, wait till you see them in Didi's parties. But remember, somebody once said that there ain't no party like the Didi party, right? Lots of celebrities or lots of people at that time wanted to be in Didi's parties, attend Didi's parties, because I mean that's where you get more like a way pathway key to the peak of your career and all that jazz. Or getting the invite to Didi's party was like almost getting the seat at the table. But again, you see the rap music and whatever, you see that slowly but surely Hollywood is trying to die down or tone down or kill masculinity for good. That's why you see with one agenda or the other, because why is a man, see, it's not homophobic whatever, but look at it, why is a man wearing a dress? Because if you see, I think somebody also said something like that, because a man wearing a dress is not cute, it's not funny, or a man wearing a wig or skirt is not cute, it's not funny. For people that have tradition that where men wear skirt, that is tradition. But in Hollywood, to call it or to say that it is entertaining is what is not making sense. Why is the attack? The attack is on femininity, right? Making women be like men, then making men be like women. Why is that? They just want to turn things upside down and self create it in their own way. That is most especially what they want to do. That is why in Hollywood it's almost impossible to see a man or see any celebrity have or keep their morals. And it's just true. But if Terrence here is not into that stuff and is past that and said no, he's not gonna get into or do that because he still want to keep his morals, I think people should respect him, because in Hollywood it's not easy to tell them no. It's not easy because lots of celebrities or lots of people who are famous who told the big guys in Hollywood no, look at their career now. How are they doing? Because powerful people, you don't tell them no. They are the ones that will make and break your career. And in Hollywood entertainment industry, lots of people already know that. I mean, heck, you can't even in your workplace of work. There are sometimes or some particular job your boss will tell you to do, and sometimes, yeah, if not for laws like for workplace discrimination and whatnot, there are some things your boss will tell you, and in some way you can't tell your boss no. But again, because of the laws put in place, there are regulations in that area or in that. But obviously in Hollywood, the big guys control the industry. So they know exactly what they're doing. So then pushing the homo, agege, and the gebu stuff to people's eye, even the rap music, in fact, music, music videos, entertainment, movies, all of that is now everywhere. It's almost impossible to watch any movie without finding any of the homo, gay, agege, or gebu stuff in it. Like it's almost impossible. But obviously, these are just short clips that were taken from Twitter, formerly X, formerly Twitter, and compiled together to in this. Obviously, there are lots more other interesting parts of the podcast or the video, but this part were the ones that actually went viral. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Obviously, people still be like, Terrence is on the DL, but listen, in Hollywood, just because people are not so used to people having morals in Hollywood, so they just don't believe that it is easy for a man to like risk his career at stake and say, oh, he's not going to give in to some things that it is not comfortable with. And that is noble. You have to respect it because Hollywood don't respect that. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.